Wow, it's been a really long time since we saw Narcissus. Haven't seen you before. Well, he did steal half of Runan's funds. I mean, you know, you gotta steal it or you gotta win it in the coin toss game if you have a high luck stat. Well, at least he seems to be up and about. Oh, I guess you've already, like, spent most of the gold that you took from us. Which is barely anything in this playthrough because of the secret shop. And with that, we are back in control of Holmes' army on the world map. The next chapter is going to start once we reach Blard. But the further we progress in the map, the more events we'll be seeing. Viceroy? Yep, I'm pretty sure we know who that guy is. Yep, that is Ahab. We're actually meeting him for the first time after hearing about him a lot. Well, it's a bad thing this guy's meeting Rochelle before we do. Oh boy. Family? Aha! Yeah, Mariel is this guy's sister. So this is all connecting now. Unfortunately, she's in Runan's party at the moment. And this guy is on Holmes' side of the story. Well, that's a story we'll be continuing at another time, because for now, Blard is actually under attack by the forces of Ahab. I'm going to, not Gamelon, to aid him, but, to aid, Lionheart. Anyway, so we have Salia's defender Zachariah here, who has 7 attack speed, quite respectable for a general, and he has an elixir too, but he does have 0 magic. And although he does have Pavis, which has a 20% chance of activating, and also Urbanite, so he has a little bit more movement than your average general. And also some Salian nomads, because we are still fighting, we're fighting a rogue noble of Salia, so they are using a lot of traditional Salian forces here. Iron Bow, Brave Crossbow, so be careful about that one. Steel Lance. I could probably scroll through these too quickly, but yeah. Steel Sword, Armor Slayer. There's a Physic Bishop, because there always is. And yeah, more Nomads and Armor Knights. So, yeah, quite a lot of Nomads that we'll be dealing with here. So, we're about ready to have an actual real battle in the Village of Blood. I like to call this compensation for the previous chapter at Blood, Chapter 15, being not really much of a chapter. This is the exact same map, but there are actual enemies this time. As you can see, there's, yeah, a whole ton of actual enemies on the map. All the Armor Knights are kind of clustered down here. Physic Bishop, and then we also have General Zachariah. This is a defeat boss mission, so we need to take him out to win. Once he's down, that's it. He's the only one that matters. Also, we've got a couple of Salian nomads up there for some reason. Now, I believe this is actually considered a plains map, so all of these nomads do have 8 movement, which is pretty far. So you'll have to watch out for that. They're generally not that strong. That Brave Crossbow is a little annoying, although I kind of had an idea. I wonder if there's anything good here I can steal with Maerchen, potentially. Also, yeah, Lionheart himself is here, and in fact, he's actually blue from the beginning, but I will cover that once we get into the map itself. Now, I'm giving Maerchen an S-stock because it's a very accurate sword. However, I'm going to need to take care of this because I'll need to use it for the forging quest later. I'm going to go with this party. I don't think I need Lyria here because I'm not sure I really need the Empower Staff. And I'm bringing Martel and Sasha. I also have to be very careful of them because of, you know, reasons. They could potentially get exploded by archers if I'm not careful. Alright, you also have an S-stock, so I'm kind of okay there. And, okay, Plum does have lower movement, but this thing here, I need to give this to Plum before the end of this route split for an event, so I'm gonna just do this just so I don't forget later. Also, we actually have the Duckrawn here. It has 3 uses, but we aren't really able to do anything with it just yet. Okay, yeah, that definitely goes to Katri. Almost forgot to do that. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like I have any armor slayers, so let's go. I'm not too concerned about unit placement here. We'll see where everyone goes. That's a bit of an awkward place for Sam, though. Very awkward place for Mel. Ah, that's not a bad place for Maerchen at all. I'm totally fine with him being far away from everyone else. Yes, well, his men happen to include Holmes and us, and we're all very, very over-leveled thanks to getting some good training against monsters. That's kind of what Holmes' route's supposed to be. People go in, absurdly over-leveled powerhouses come out. Hey, you're not the only one who can use reinforcements. We get to do that too. Yes, the troublesome band of mercenaries. We're not the champions of Utona, they're the other guys, Runan's party and also, you know, Richard, who's co-opted that name. Uh-oh. Sending a message to the Viceroy is not good. Because, yes, that would imply that they would get reinforcements. I don't think there are any reinforcements in this map itself, though. But, anyway, now that we're on the map here, we can actually fully control Lionheart now, and here he is. He's identical to how he was back in Runan's Chapter 17. there's really not a whole lot to say about Lionheart. He's just another no-investment, decent pre-promote with mediocre growth rates. His stats are good enough to contribute at this point, and for quite a while. Well, for outdoor maps at least, he's pretty bad indoors. He also has some really good skills, including starting with Kanto. Another weakness of his is that he can really only do 1 range or 2 range, but not both, since his magic is too low to really use Levin swords effectively. But overall, Lionheart is solid, not much else to say. Except one more thing. You'll notice that I have his move listed here as 7. A lot of guides have this wrong and say that he has 8 move at base. Grass Runner is active on this map. He normally has 7, he's just getting it boosted here. Although here's something interesting, if I have Lionheart attack, I don't think he's going to get the benefit of the gate, because, well, like I found out earlier with, it's a major dishonor to be forgetting that guy's name. Also, that's a really cool horse. It looks a lot like Ganondorf's horse, or the one you can get in Breath of the Wild. Barbarossa is that defensive terrain seems to only work if you are the defender, which makes complete sense, actually. I mean, charging homes right in is probably not the best of ideas. Okay, that is as far as he can go, so there's no one else he can potentially longbow. But yeah, these spearmen, as always, are pretty much complete chumps. Kind of the thing with TearRing Saga, a lot of the enemies are not that strong. It's not a particularly hard game overall. When I say that, I said before with Vega that Runen's route is harder than Home's. By that I mostly mean that it's harder in the sense that it's that Home's route is incredibly easy. Runen's route is just difficult by proxy, just due to the fact that it's simply not easy. But still doesn't mean that it's particularly hard. Anyway, that forest is kind of cutting you down on movement. However, I might be able to slip San downwards later on. I believe all of the buildings still work exactly the same way they usually do. Oh, actually, speaking of slipping San downwards, let's see. Gotta be careful though, because she isn't invincible. She's not like Naren. She can actually take some damage, although, in fact, is her defense higher than Naren's was when we last left him? I mean, her defense is kind of solid, but her HP is not that great. But I mean, as long as the only things that can attack her are archers and other stuff like that, like for example, she can probably afford to go down there and then flurry this guy with a pylum. Is that even going to... that does 11 each time. That is definitely going to kill, and you can potentially crit as well. So yes, Flurry. I'm sure you've probably realized by now just how good Flurry is. It's just, in my first playthrough, I never really used Flurry that much. I never really got the implications of just how insane it is with ranged weapons, or at least with ranged weapons against an enemy who can't counter, because it effectively has no drawbacks that way. Like, the drawback is supposed to be that it gives the enemy another round of attacks, but they don't get attacks if they can't counter. So like I was saying, you do have to be very, very, very careful, especially with that Brave Crossbow. In fact, that guy's probably easier to kill with Maerchen than the other guy is, but gotta be very, very careful of your flyers here. So, on that note, I may actually just have these flyers hover around a little bit up here until they're needed. Okay, yeah, there are still a few bow users down below. Hopefully they will crash into San and be obliterated, but we'll see what ends up happening. And I guess our healers can stay back a little bit. Okay, if Maerchen goes, like, there, he shouldn't be affecting too many people. Just a little bit concerned about Catry here, but I suppose that's like, fine. There are quite a large chunk of enemies on this map to start with, but it really isn't that bad of a chapter overall. In fact, you can probably end it quite quickly if you rush the boss. Okay, let's see if I get... Yes, I do have significantly higher evasion, so yeah. As you can see here, Lionheart is only getting... And of course, he gets hit that time, but he doesn't get hit by the 60. However, he does have soul, so he recuperates the damage immediately. Oh, not Reinhardt, what am I thinking? Lionheart is gonna kill this guy. Oh, no, he's not, because he has a sword equipped. So that's fine. I wonder if I should just attempt to box in the Brave Crossbow guy and just see if I can get Maerchen over to him that way. Because it would be kind of nice to have a Brave, although I think you can buy those later, I forget. There is an enemy with an Arbalest in the next chapter, and I would very much like to have Reinhardt potentially, and I would very much like to have Maerchen potentially mug him. Though that's probably going to be difficult, because I believe it's a bow knight, and I'm not sure, like, that's pretty above Maerchen's pay grade in terms of strength. However, everything is above Maerchen's pay grade, but anyway. Okay, good, I still have the hand axe equipped. And I should probably double you. Samson doubles pretty much everything, so yeah. Is this Holmes' first time fighting an actual professional army, though? I think it is. Which is kind of interesting, but okay, so I have a... I was about to say I have a plan, and then my head went to, it involves you, and then that's it's a villain song from Quest for Camelot, which is a movie that I personally didn't think was that bad when I saw it as a kid, but, yeah, it probably does not hold up to repeat viewings at all. That's a lot of Chukono uses, but I'm okay with that personally. If I do that and then move somebody below, then I will have boxed the other Brave Crossbow guy in. Then I just need to make sure that Lionheart doesn't equip a bow, because then he might attack, and I mean he'll definitely attack and get killed by Lionheart, because he's the only thing that he'll be able to attack like that. I wonder if I'd rather 1, 2, 3, 4. Kill you, canto back. I should be able to do that. Or maybe, since you're weak and you're going to die on the enemy phase anyway, how about this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wait. There are 2 houses there, I can't actually get to you, so no, I actually have to do this. Pylum this guy. Canto back, that boxes in the Brave Crossbow guy, then I can safely take out the other Brave Crossbow guy. Okay, yeah, her strength growth is starting to average out a bit, that's good. So yeah, he should be boxed now, because there are some there's somebody's garden next to him. So he's stuck there. And now I just need to get rid of that guy so that I can move forwards into the map, which is going to be... Oh, yeah, there's too many archers around there. Yeah, that guy can... And you can even reach... Gotta be careful of my weaker characters getting potentially attacked from behind there, but... Okay. Idea here. Hand axe this guy. Hopefully I hit both of these. Dance with Plum. Take out the Brave Crossbow guy. I mostly brought... Like, even though Samson's a bit overleveled, I mostly brought him here just to show off the Brave Axe. Because I haven't used that yet, and it's a pretty amazing weapon. Which, Raphael can use as well, if you want to put that on, on Runa's route. And that's not the thing with Raphael, because, like, even though his raw stats may only be, like, they're merely very good rather than absurdly high, but he makes up for it by being able to use so many different weapons. Now, is there any... I don't think there's really anyone who's going to attack Plum. I hope those aren't famous last words, but I just want to... I want to do this. It's Brave Axe time. Oh, you have 7 defense, though. I was hoping that would be a one-shot, so I wouldn't even need to use 2 hits of it, but 90 uses is still kind of insane. Axes in general in this game just have a lot of uses. It's just kind of their gimmick. Oh, that guy's not going to attack Samson. So yeah, Lionheart, I'm going to keep that Shamshir equipped just because I don't want to kill off this guy until Maerchen gets in. Which, he's going to have massive trouble, because what the... Yeah, 4 move. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be annoying. I mean, I suppose I could box him with, like, Catry or something. Somebody who doesn't really need to move much because, you know, she has her, her staves. I kind of wonder whether... No, I'm gonna just hover around this water. Like a little above this castle. I don't really know how much Alicia's gonna do. Oh right, she actually has a new title now, Burning Light. Not everyone has their titles change on promotion. Yes, he's now Son of Zoa, yeah, Dark Assassin, but some people do. Heir to Ariel. Now, that's interesting, because we weren't really, like, told that Ariel really even had an heir. We just knew him as the leader of, the guards at Ariel. But as we found out from Temujin earlier, Samson is a lot more than he seems. I suppose Vega can go this way. The nomads are more annoying than actually threatening. In fact, I don't know if Martel has Martel doesn't quite have enough movement to get down there. As long as she steers clear of the bows, she should be relatively fine. Don't actually know why I have Mel here. I don't particularly plan on using Ensorcel on anyone. But she is at least an extra healer, I suppose. And we have this one again, Wind Across the Plains. And yep, Lionheart is not countering, that's good. I want to see if I can get this. Even though, yeah, it's not the greatest of crossbows. If you can somehow have Maerchen mug a Chukonu off of a, off the tank, I'd be pretty impressed, because the chances of him having, like, even with an armor-effective weapon, the chance of him being able to kill one of those is almost nothing, but it would be kind of funny if it happened. Okay, defense is good. And that is everything. And yeah, the other nomad has separated from his buddy, so let's go ahead and hopefully take this guy down. Oh, yeah, Sarge's accuracy is not good at all. And if she dismounts, then she'll lose a whole bunch of stats. And, because, like, let's see, does she even die to this guy if she... No, you have 28 attack, even with the effectiveness, so she doesn't die if this fails. I think she's mostly having this accuracy issue, though, because this guy's getting the Plains Runner bonus. I think this actually is considered a Plains map. It's even called, like, the City on the Plains in the, world map. Okay, that was actually pretty close. Oh, I was hoping for more strength. Oh, well. Yeah. I may not need to use an occult book on her, because she can still one-round a lot of things with 11 swords, and also there's just the fact that she, don't go there, that would be really bad. The fact that she will get an extra set of levels if she ends up promoting to Wyvern Knight later, which she probably shouldn't, but it's still an option that I want to keep open. Okay, so if Vega goes down here... Yeah, you guys actually have solid hit rates, although Vega has defensive 9, which is kind of absurd for a Myrmidon, but anyway. Now, I don't actually think Zachariah moves, I could be wrong about that, and if I am, I'm not really too bothered, because then he might just end the chapter prematurely by attacking Vega. Okay, there's Draco. 66 damage exactly. It just does triple, like, I forget if it actually triples attack or triples damage, but it triples something. That's, like, that's the whole, that's all it is, and, well, if, you know, Radiant Dawn is any indication, tripling anything usually leads to immediate death. Just trying to think of who I can potentially... Because if Samson's you... That has become a verb now, just like it's Nolaning time. Though not quite to the same extent. There's another Nomad incoming, I'll have to watch for that. Just has an Iron Bow, though. Only 16 might with an Iron Bow is kind of disappointing. I mean, I double you with anything that I do. 18 times 2 will be 36, I think it should be. That will be enough. Hey, a mage actually one-rounding an armor knight in TearRing Saga. Never thought I'd see the day. It's just kind of weird how, rare that is, but it is, because early on, with weight, they just can't double reliably, and armor knights have so much HP that even with their crap resistance, and just, again, like, they don't really fulfill the specific niche of killing armors, because everything has crap resistance, as far as enemies go in TearRing Saga, so they don't really even need to... Yeah, okay, so... They don't really, you know, need to, fight exclusively armors to fulfill their niche. Now, let's see if I can't just flurry somebody, to death. That guy's probably gonna, like, suicide on Vega, so I'm gonna go for you instead. Oh, look, an Armor Slayer. Do we even have any armored units on this route at all? I mean, maybe if you put Norton on Holmes' route? Because, Bilford's stuck on Runans for this split, so I don't really know who that Armor Slayer is going to be effective against here. And then you're going to go there. Now, that should block you off from... Oh, no, of course it doesn't block you off, because that guy's an ally, and you can move freely through allies. However, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... Yeah... Martel should be fine around here. And... Wow, that is a lot of it. Like, Martel, as I've said, she's being surprisingly buff on this playthrough. Oh, that was like a 90, wasn't it? That's really annoying. Oh well, though, you're probably gonna go for her again. Yeah, that was like in the 90s. That was pretty rare. But yeah, 13 strength is really good in a Pegasus Knight. And as I was saying, it was reminding me of that. Yeah, there was a the RNG manipulated speedrun of FE7. That's what I was trying to say. And their stuff, they manipulated the RNG so that with Florina's level ups, she gained an enormous amount of strength, and it was really silly. Okay, you're still stuck. I suppose I can I mean, Katri does give a support bonus to Maerchen, so with Katri close by, maybe Maerchen can poke this guy, kind of? Wow, I'm getting super lucky with Plum's Mastery growth. She normally doesn't get this much Mastery, but she can use Physic now, which is cool. Now I just kind of need to find a way to weaken you without killing you. With your negative 12 attack speed, that's going to be very unlikely. Although, hang on a second. I almost wonder, does Katri not one-round you, even with, like, regular breath? I feel like she doesn't, so that might be an option. So, okay. Although I feel like the Maerchen zone is actually going to apply. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to stay where we are for now. How you're healing from that house. You can still, like, buy any of the terrain skills you want in this map, like, if you have the option, but you don't need to. You can kind of freely come back here afterwards where there are no enemies. Okay, well, I mean, this is just going to give another chance for, Martel to one-round you, and not miss this time. Nice slow bow draw there. Just kind of wondering, because, yeah, Katri might actually have, really bad accuracy if, Maerchen is nearby, even though she's one of the few people who doesn't hate him. I'm just kind of trying to get that Brave Crossbow, but I may not end up doing it, we'll see. And, well, you're gone. Armor Knights do not like the way crits are calculated in this game. No strength, so he's only gained strength once, I think. And, what I was saying, you get another chance to prove yourself. With your 95 hit, which should, I think, be even higher with the way the RNG table works. Well, she got hit, but, she did actually one-round the guy, so that's all that matters. Hi there. You are too close to my Pegasus Knight for comfort, but I'm gonna take you down next turn anyway. Oh, you actually hit him. But you do have a skill that's giving you plus 10 accuracy on this map. Now, unfortunately, if I do transform Catra, like, is there any other way? Because, yeah, Silphid definitely annihilates you. Holmes definitely doubles you. I could give Mel a sword. I keep forgetting that she can use swords. And she doubles him, hilariously enough, so... Although her mastery is, like, nothing. Is there any sword that I can give her? I mean, I can give her the air-stock. Iron sword's also possible. Okay, so this is gonna be my plan A. Gonna have to give this back later, though. Plan A. Actually attacking something with you, with Mel. Oh, and I have her animations off. Oh, she does 3 damage. Nice. Okay. That's not... Oh, and Katri has exactly 11 might with her breath, I think, so... I think I may have actually screwed that up by having Mel attack. Okay, let's transform Katri anyway. And I'm sure these guys are going to be really, really terrified by her doing this. Oh, I guess Alicia can beat you. I have 2 Silphids, there's really no reason not to do this. In fact, that's exactly enough damage, I think. Which is kind of interesting. Oh wait, no, you had... I thought it said you had 4 resistance. But it says you have 0 in the screen. Yeah, no, I don't know why I thought you had 4 magic defense. Magic defense, resistance, same thing, really. Except that, like, it was acronymed to, like, death in some of the earlier things. And yeah, Alicia has Flurry now, so anything that didn't die to Dire Thunder before definitely dies to Dire Thunder now. So that's kind of a thing that you can do in this game. Oh, actually, no, you have 7 attack speed. What's her attack speed with Dire Thunder? Wait for... Oh no, she does actually Flurry against him, so that's pretty much a guaranteed win if she can get into range. Though there are many other options for a guaranteed win against Zachariah. He's really not that tough at all. As long as you're using, you know, magic and stuff like that. Yeah, the hardest part about this map for me is going to be trying to mug that guy for the Brave Crossbow. Have I mentioned before that I think I have mentioned it, but just to reiterate, the chances of activation skills working in this game are based on your skill stat minus the enemy's skill stats. And I think that's really cool, honestly. It's just like... You'd expect a more skilled warrior to be able to avoid those kind of blows. Okay, I can flurry you with the Slim Lance, which is definitely going to finish you off, so let's do that. Next, we wish that, well, I mean, I don't know. Like, I kind of wish that they worked that way in Radiant Dawn, because once you get Mastery skills in Radiant Dawn, all of them just become enemy instantly dies, and there's, like, no variety between any of them at all. Yeah, Mastery skills. In Path of Radiance, they were too weak, and in Radiant Dawn, they were way too good. So yeah, they couldn't really balance them. I could use the Forge here too, but I can't. I just realized something. I probably should have let that guy live, because then he would have physicked you, and then Katri would have been able to weaken him correctly. So, that's a problem. Although, oh wait, no, that's a Brave Crossbow. Yeah, I definitely don't want to be attacking him with a flyer using the Brave Crossbow. But maybe, I mean, again, Martel is really, really buff for this playthrough, but 20 attack against your defensive 5. That still one-rounds you. That is insane. So I really don't know how I'm going to successfully, unless I just constantly wail on him with, Oh, hi. Now you're moving. I don't like the 7% crit chance, although that is effectively 1% given the way this game's RNG works. Oh, well, I might not be getting the Brave Crossbow this way. I kind of screwed myself out of it, though. I was gonna say Vantage plus Brave Weapon equals good, but then he PvEs both of them, because PvEs in this game. Okay, yeah, that's not death. I was worried that was death for a second. And he doesn't have Dullahan equipped, so he cannot embrace death successfully. Although... Oh, you're just out. Yeah, I'm just barely out of range. That's really annoying because I want to try and flurry him. That would be great, but I suppose let's, I can just box him, but I also gotta remember I don't have a physics staff, but I do have a fruit. Although if I... Oh. Well, you're equipping a steel sword. Yeah, I'm kind of worried that he'll go for Vega and just die if I do this. But he is successfully boxed in now. And I could flurry him with San, but yeah. So yes, with regular breath. Yeah, I would have been fine. If I hadn't attacked with Mel, I would have been fine. That is extremely annoying. You have 13 might against his... Unless... I mean, again, Zachariah is probably just going to suicide, but unless I just have Maerchen stand there and have Maerchen start to wail on him now. And Maerchen even doubles, weirdly enough. I would also be really... This would be amazing if Maerchen crit, too. Maybe I should have believed in Maerchen from the... Maybe I shouldn't have believed in Maerchen from the beginning. 80 hit rate and he still misses. Oh, I don't even need to use Ann Herb. I can just heal. So this now all comes down to whether or not Zachariah decides to be an idiot, and he probably will, because that's kind of his thing. Yeah, he has a 20% PvE's chance. Oh no, I can't dance for Maerchen, because if I did that, then she would get Brave Crossbowed. And she dies to that because 1 base defense and 0% defense growth is a thing in this game. And I guess that'll give Vega his support. I probably don't want that, but still. Now it's only turn 5. This is a pretty short chapter if you do it right. You can probably do it way faster than this, but yeah. Kind of trying to get that Brave Crossbow. Zachariah does hit kind of hard, and his attack speed can be a threat to some people. Armor in this game do have solid speed stats. I feel kind of bad that I really should be using Lionheart more than this. I just kind of want to try and get that Brave Crossbow. Okay, well, I'm definitely taking down Zachariah this turn because I have potential Dire Thunder Flurry. But, I guess I can try this first. Oh wait, no, her hit rate is awful because of Maerchen. Oh well, I guess I can try. That was inevitable. She leveled up out of it, though. Yeah, the thing about Mel, I've said this before, she actually gets a lot of... Like, she levels up really quickly because her score stat is actually really low, due to how bad her stats are and the fact that she usually doesn't have good weapons. But at the same time, actually did mug the Brave Crossbow. So yeah, I probably should have believed in this guy and sent him in from the beginning. So I have something to potentially replace the Chuko Nu on Hogue with later if I lose that. But in fact, I'll probably be sending it to Runen's Root later on anyway. Yeah, it's, wow, 15 weight. It's pretty heavy, but it is guaranteed multi-attack. Which can double given Homestead's speed. Anyway, Flurry, Dire Thunder. I want to show this just because of Overkill. So... yeah, this is going to be ridiculous. It would be kind of funny if he PvE'd all of them, though. So now it's time to play Test Your Luck. How many 20% PvEs can you get? Well, that's one you didn't get. And there we go, okay. It would have been a lot funnier if you had full HP, but still. I mean, I can't guarantee that she'll have Flurry by this point, but if she does, it's basically an auto win against Zachariah. Yeah, I was barely using Alicia before, and the moment she promoted, she just kind of snowballed. I mean, these enemies were pretty weak. I wouldn't say that they were that much of a threat to you anyway. Finally getting the full truth on Holmes, though. But yeah, Holmes really does not like his father. For very good reasons, I might add. Well, at least there weren't any bandits with them. But guess what? Remember that thing that happened with Katri and Maerchen last time? It's happening again! The enemy commander is mortally wounded, and then Katri's like, please, can we keep him? I'm sorry, but that's just kind of what it feels like. It's basically exactly the same thing that she did with Maerchen. At the same time, though, this guy isn't a bandit. She's just lucky that the people that she does this to aren't all bad. I don't know. You kind of rushed into healing him. However, maybe it was fated. Seems like she healed exactly the right person. And this was something that a lot of people have probably figured out already. The fact that she had the Ring of Salia, the fact they mentioned that one of the shamans who could turn into a dragon was born into the Salian royal family. Well, yeah, what do you think it was? You can turn into a dragon. So, this is kind of... I think they alluded to this before. So, yeah, because of the whole Cranian incident, people were a bit suspicious of more dragon-blooded people being born, so they wanted to get rid of her, but she was just a baby at the time. It's really not her fault. So, yeah, he spared her life. And that's why she grew up away from her birth parents, and why, that priest was her foster father. Now, I should mention, Zachariah's whole motivation is actually something that was fairly heavily rewritten in the, fan localization here. So, he was not nearly as guilty about serving Ahab, in the Japanese version. In the Japanese version, he basically faithfully, so as he's saying here, he assisted Ahab. In the Japanese version, he pretty much just switched sides to Ahab the moment he was on the throne, just because it's his job to serve the royal family. And he never really felt any particular guilt for doing so, so they added a lot of guilt and remorse here. He just decides to switch sides again after he sees Katri all grown up. So this bit here, I'm pretty sure this is actually made up in this version. He did not do that originally. In this version, they rewrote it so that Ahab specifically kept the king and queen alive in order to control Zachariah's loyalty. Again, not true in the Japanese version. There, Ahab kept them alive for some random reason. I don't know, maybe because he could potentially ransom them later, maybe just as, like, I don't think it's really sympathy. Ahab's pretty much a full-on hate sink. I'm guessing he probably just did it because maybe, again, he could leverage them later. But he did not specifically do it to get this guy's loyalty. Zachariah just immediately flipped to Ahab's side the moment that he gained power, because it's just his job to serve the royal family. So, I guess just general distaste for the Camus archetype maybe prompted that change. In the next chapter, I will talk more about how I feel about this rewrite, and how it affects things, and, my general thoughts on that. Because, yeah, so this motivation right here, not quite so much in the Japanese version. There, he really just is switching sides because, again, he sees Catri's all grown up, and he's like, aha, that baby that I saved all those years ago is safe, and she can now come back and reclaim her throne. I'm on her side now. But yeah, this all must be pretty heavy to Holmes, learning that Catri is actually royalty, and that now they're embroiled in a whole rightful ruler returns plot.